Well, I've been thinking about this for a while now, and I'm in my 50s, and I just feel like, my goodness, it's something that just needs to change a little bit without having to do a whole complete life overhaul. How do I do that? Well, doing something that makes you feel alive. Because when I got in my 30s, and me and my wife and I, we started having kids and got in that life of having to be responsible adults, provide for the family, have a roof over your head and all that good stuff. Life got busy, and started living for the weekends, week vacations, and taking the same route to work every morning, going home and do what you had to do at home, eat supper, take a shower, go to bed, and do it again. Well, when you've been doing that for 30 or 40 years, it's just like, man, I am ready for something different. I need a change. And I'm in them pre-retirement years right now, where I can see retirement. I can just like, oh, it's there, and I can't check out yet. I got to stay focused, engaged, and what can I do during this time? Sometimes people go out and they buy them a new sports car because they're in that midlife crisis, and they're just like, I need some excitement in my life. I need something to be different. I've been doing the same thing for so many years, and I just need something to make me alive, and just something just to be totally nutty, I guess. I don't know. I remember when me and my wife, we first got married, we used to do some spontaneous things because it was before we had kids. And we could do things like that back then. We didn't have a whole lot of money, but we had a little bit of money. We would do some spontaneous things sometimes. Just out of the blue, just get in the car and just go. I mean, drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, just go somewhere just to eat somewhere, just hang out or whatever. No really rhyme or reason. And it was fun. There was a time we took a trip to Atlanta. We went over there, go to Stone Mountain. We went to see a Braves game while we was over there. And my wife said, well, we've done all that. She said, what are we going to do now? And I said, I tell you what, why don't we ride up to the Smoky Mountains and go eat at the Alabama Grill, because I love their ribs. She said, are you serious? I said, yeah, it's kind of out of the way going home, isn't it? So we're bypassing the house, and we're going to ride for 4 more hours and ride up there past where we live. And she said, well, if that's what you want to do. I said, that's what I want to do. And we did it. And we sitting there eating their ribs. She said, well, what do you want to do now? And I said, well, we can go home now. I'm happy. I've had my ribs. But we stayed for a few more days, and we had a good time. But we used to do a lot of things like that. And doing things like that, I don't know, it's just like, it just takes you out of the monotonous of life. It takes you out of the humdrum everyday things of life. And I made a video here a while back, it was about losing yourself. And man, how do we lose ourselves during our working years? And then when you reach this point in your life where you're in your 50s and you start looking at life a whole lot different, and the way things are now, and the time you got behind you is a whole lot more than what you've got in front of you, especially your healthy years. And you think, my goodness, I need something different. And it doesn't have to be, something really huge. I mean, when I do retire, I'm looking forward to doing those spontaneous trips and spontaneous things again, and going an hour and a half, 2 hours somewhere just to get something to eat and see where we end up. We may end up in the Smoky Mountains or wherever else, don't know. But I thought about, things that we have done in our life at one time, maybe that we started doing that made us feel really good, or we enjoyed doing, and because of those responsibility years, I'm going to call them, got in the way. And we kind of said, well, we'll do that later. We'll fool with that later. I don't have the time that it takes to do that today. And I'm gonna say something just as simple as this right here. Learning to play the guitar. Maybe you picked up the guitar and you was pretty good at it, or you piano and you was pretty good at it. and you enjoyed it at the time, but then it didn't become or wasn't as enjoyable. What am I trying to say? It wasn't as enjoyable during your working years because it felt more like a task than something you enjoyed doing. But you think about, I really did enjoy doing that during that time. Now, I think I'll go back and do that. And you can do some small things like that, just different things that, add some value to yourself and life, makes you feel alive at this point in your life. Because being in the pre-retirement years and, knowing it's coming and you're not there and you can't get there, it's, to me, it can be a little anxious feeling, a little frustrating feeling. It just is for me. Now, I don't know whether it's that way for anybody else or has been that way for anybody else. If you relate to that, and it has been, let me know in the comments. I'd kind of like to know if there's anybody else out there like I am with that. And I can't talk. But some small things that I do with the time that I have that makes me feel alive right now is making YouTube videos. I just enjoy it. I have another YouTube channel, and I've talked about that a little bit on here, but that channel's different. It's a DIY channel. Well, that channel's not as fun to me as it used to be, but I still enjoy recording, so I decided to start a channel like this right here, just talking about life and different things. And I love, interacting with people. I love helping people, and sometimes people make comments and different things, and when they relate back to me, I'm like, yeah, that feels good. And you may be the type, well, I'm a little bit more spontaneous than that, Jeff. I want to go out and bungee jump. Or I want to go skydiving. I've always wanted to do that. And I'm like, well, more power to you. I like my feet on the ground. Lo, I will be with you always, according to what the Bible says. I have no desire to jump out of a perfect good airplane. But anyway, just a thought for today of, if you're in your pre-retirement years or any point in your life, and it's been a while since you've done something that was just different, made you feel alive, made you feel great emotionally, made you feel great mentally, whatever, let me know in the comments. And I think I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Jeff. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. And hey, if you like this kind of content, you know what to do. I'm going to say it. Like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification. I feel so strange doing that, but got to get the channel out there and get it growing. Have a great day.